All right, so everybody, welcome today, right? For today's Master Mentors interview series. Today we have Mr. Gavin, right? Gavin Sims, so someone that I've been following for a long time and learning from him ever since I started into this whole journey of marketing and personal entrepreneurship. So thanks, Gavin, for being here on this interview. And before we get started, share a little bit about yourself, a quick introduction for some folks who might not know who you are at.
Okay, first of all, hi everybody, and my name is Gavin, and it's a great honor and pleasure to be here on the Mark's show. You know, I've seen his growth over the last couple of years, and it has been amazing, right? It's like shooting to the moon. Like that. It's like people buying crypto. It's like we always say, to the moon, and that's exactly what Mark is all about, right? Okay, so I think his question was about introducing myself. I wasn't really prepared for this, so just a quick one about myself. So my name is Gavin. I've been doing digital marketing for the past 10 to 12 years already. In fact, 12 years. I started off doing digital marketing all the way back when I was actually in the public service. So I was previously a military officer. I was in the Navy. I was a captain or XO of a ship before I decided to retire from service to come out and become an entrepreneur on my own. Because I always knew that entrepreneurship has been something in my blood, right? I first sold birthday cards. Right, I remember, I think I shared this story before on my Facebook as well in a few of my events, that I first started my entrepreneurship journey by selling birthday cards that I printed out of my printer at home. It was Disney birthday cards I sold in school when I was in primary 2. Right, and the reason why I did that was simply because I didn't have enough money to buy hash browns to eat on my way home. Right, so my motivation was food. I wanted to eat nice and delicious hash browns. So that was when I started my entrepreneurship journey all the way back in primary 2, and then along the way I did a lot of things. But really, as an adult, right, I started my entrepreneurship journey when I was 30, when I left the Navy. And over the last few years, I've been really focused on the digital marketing side of it. I've organized several events. I've spoken all around the world, including, of course, Singapore, Malaysia, all the way to Dubai, London, Amsterdam, and even to the United States, right? And I've helped thousands of people all around the world to start their digital marketing journey. And I think today, Mark has very kindly invited me here to share more about how you could potentially do that for yourself. So if you're someone who is looking to either start your own business online, or maybe to transit your existing business online, right, to increase your revenue and sales, then perhaps I think this interview is going to benefit you a lot. And I look forward to sharing a lot more information with you guys.
Yeah, nice. So thanks so much for the introduction. I didn't know about the part when you were young. I know young you started, but I didn't know it was to buy hash browns, right? So that's a pretty cool story for that. So I'm just curious, right? To go a bit more of a story before we go to the meat, right, of today's interview, right? So what made you decide to quit, right, your stable full-time job? And I know you're a pretty entrepreneur from young, right? But because definitely it's not an easy decision, right? So was it a scary one for you? How do you manage to overcome it, right? Overcome the fears, right? To make you finally say, okay, I think I'm going to take the leap, right, from a stable job in the army, right, all the way to moving out into something that's completely unventured for yourself.
100%. I think you're right. I had a lot of fear, in fact. It was very scary. And for anyone who is looking to do that in the future or is thinking about it, I first like to acknowledge this. I think it's normal to feel scared, to feel the fear, because I 100% felt it within me, right? But when I analyze, all the different kind of fear that I had at the point of time when I was reaching my 30th birthday, I actually left the service on my birthday, on my 30th birthday. It was symbolic for me. I told them that I want to live on my birthday, right? It's a fresh start for me when I turned 30. But when I actually did that, right, I was really, really scared because I have absolutely no idea what I wanted to do. Not probably the best advice that you're ever going to hear in your life, right? But I really had no idea what I wanted to do. And when I think about it, I actually did Instagram live as well, because many people were asking me when I finally made a decision, and when they saw me traveling around the world, doing speeches, I remember I did this live in London where I was just walking along the streets and I was answering this question: what was the biggest fear that I had that pushed me? In fact, fear wasn't the thing that held me back. Let me say this: fear wasn't the thing that held me back. In fact, fear was the thing that pushed me forward to take this decision, right? So it's okay to feel the fear, but what do you do with the fear matters. So for me, the biggest fear I had then was a fear of regret. I asked myself this question: what if, right? What if I didn't take this leap of faith? What if I didn't move out to give myself this chance, this shot to do something that I always knew I wanted to do? Even though I have no idea what path or what niche or whatever it is, doesn't matter. But why didn't I give myself this shot to have a go at it? Right? What if one day I'm on my dying bed and the last thing that comes to my head is, damn, I should have done better. Damn, I should have been able to do this. Damn, my life would have been different. And I didn't want to live with that. So I told myself, I gave myself 5 years to give it a shot. If I don't make it, what's come to worst, what's going to happen? I have my hands, I have my legs, I'm a full able-bodied person. I don't believe I won't be able to find a job. I don't believe I won't be able to take care of myself. I don't believe that, you know, I won't be able to proceed on with life. I mean, life is just full of challenges, and it's just how we overcome it anyway. Right. So it's about doing what I want to do at that point in time. And if you guys are thinking, oh man, maybe Gavin, you know, you have no responsibilities or anything like this, that's also not entirely true. I'm married, no kids yet, but I do have like my housing loan, my car loans, whatever then it is, although a lot of it has been paid off right now. But if I didn't give myself that shot, right, I feel that really I would have regretted my life, right? I would have gone into like midlife crisis. I wouldn't have any idea what I want to do. So you have to ask yourself this question. If you want to do something in your life, then when is the best time to do it? And the answer we will say is always the best day is always yesterday. So give yourself this shot. I mean, of course, we are also pragmatic people. I am very pragmatic. I'm very realistic as well. So at that point in time, I was living a stable career that makes me 6 figures per year, right? I knew my career progression. I'm going to be a millionaire when I retire. It's the most guaranteed. But why do I still do that, right? Because of the fear of regret. And when I left my role in the Navy, I had quite a bit of savings. I knew that even if I no work for the next 2 to 3 years, I should be covered pretty okay. I wouldn't go into like a state where I need to be sleeping under a bridge or at a bus stop or anything like this. I'm still quite well taken care of. My wife is also working. She has her own income, so they didn't need to rely on me. But I knew that with my skill sets, right, and I've been always investing in myself. Even when the 10 years when I was in the Navy, in the military, I was already investing in courses. I was already learning. I was prepping myself for this eventuality. So I knew that I could go out there and give it a shot. If I couldn't, you know, I'm going to gain more experience. I will gain more new knowledge. That may even help me in my future career as well. So I think my mindset then was, number one, the fear of regret that pushed me forward. So I think I used that fear as a motivator rather than something that held me back. And number two, I think I've been prepping myself ready. Financially and everything else, I was ready to take that move. And thirdly, I look at this as a learning experience. There's not going to be a failure, but regardless of the outcome that was going to happen to me, it is always a step forward, right? It's just a step forward to where? I don't know yet, but it is a step forward. So that was the mindset that I had. I think that really helped me to make that decision. I'm not sure if I answered the question though.
No, wow, I think it's a very like good comprehensive answer to find out a little bit more thoughts when you decide to go on, right? So one thing you also made a disclaimer, okay, I didn't know exactly what I was going to do once I left, but there are a few things I did to manage myself, right? To make sure that I tell myself that, hey, even if I fail, I give myself 5 years, I get to grow my career because I know that I'm going to pick up skills that can help me in the future, right? The other thing is I also make sure I have some savings, right? I know that in the sense that if I do fail in that sense, right, it's not going to be severely affecting my life or the ones of my wives and maybe my future children, right? So I love that. So and I guess the next question, right, is because like you said, right, you were 30, right, and the honest truth, right, you know, the media always like to make sex very sexify the people who quit when they are 17, 18, right, to quit to go and start entrepreneurship. Right? You did 30, slightly over in what in the media said, right? So I'm just getting a sense, right, from your perspective, right, what were the few things you did when you first started, right, your entrepreneurial journey, right, that really that you felt really propelled you, right? But I think I also want to find out a little bit more about what do you think were some of the mistakes you made, right? At least in the first, let's say the first 6 to 12 months of your journey to it. If you could share a little bit more about how was your time or the day you quit your job after your birthday.
Maybe not even before my birthday. Maybe I can share this story where I got scammed very early on in my career.
Wow.
Very, very early on in my entrepreneurship journey. Then that was when I was still in service. And one of the things that I've learned from my mentors ever since then was that you learn before you earn. I believe you all have heard this before. You learn before you earn. That's why you have an L in front of the word, right? L-E-A-R-N. You learn before you earn. And I didn't believe in that, right? I didn't think I was stupid. You know, I'm pretty decent. You know, I do well in school and things like this. But I learned it the hard way. And that is why the mission that I have today is that I want to stop people from learning it the hard way. As much as possible, if they don't mind, right, I will help them to go through the easier route. The reason why I said this is, when I first started out, I think it was 2000, around 2009, 010, right? That was when I first started to do digital marketing. I realized that it was something that I'm more interested in. I've been learning about value investing. I think Mark, you of course your some of the things that you do best is value investing and things like this. And I started doing that. I started to do property investment. I started to do trading. I learned a lot of stuff. Literally, I went to learn a lot of things. And then I realized one of the things that I could quite do well as well was digital marketing. So I started dabbling in it, right? I started doing. But for close to 2 years, so you said 6 months to 12 months, right? It took me 24 months to realize that, hey, dude, you need to wake up your idea. Right, so I would say I'm a slow learner, and I didn't get anywhere for 2 years. Right, 2009 to about 2011, I was just bumping around. I didn't know what was the best way for me to move forward. I just spent a lot of money. I spent tens of thousands of dollars building my brand, building my database, trying to just investing, but I wasn't seeing good results. And I just banged my head so much that I become a lohan fish. The forehead so much already. And I realized that, hey, I better do something else. I need to do something different. And that was when I remember all the things that I learned. Right? I had so many mentors then, but I didn't have a mentor for what I wanted to do, which is digital marketing, which is stupid, right? So I told myself, okay, I got to find someone who knows how to do it so that he or she can guide me to do it. And that was what I did. After wasting $30,000-$40,000, I was like, okay, I need to just get someone to guide me. And at that point of time, 10 over years ago, there wasn't really much space to look for a digital mentor. It wasn't like the hype night right now today. Last time, people didn't really believe in digital yet, right? Everyone is still like offline. I mean, no one talked about digital marketing or things like this. So it was very difficult to find a mentor to do it. So there was this forum that we used to go to. It's called Warriors Forum. Right, Warriors Forum. I'm not sure if any of you who may be watching this later actually knows of this forum, but it's where all the digital marketers go to. So I was looking for a mentor. I was scrolling through the forum, I looked at the posts and everything. I couldn't find someone to guide me as well. And then until I came across this post. This post is by a gentleman. I shall not reveal his name here, right? Because it's not going to be right to do so. But I was reading the post and he said that he's willing to guide us on how to start an email marketing business. I was like, oh my God, I finally found this guy, right? I finally found him. And then I will inquire his services, everything. So it cost me $5,000 to engage him for 12 months, right? For 24 sessions so that he can guide me on how to start my own successful email marketing business. $5,000. And it's not cheap, right? I think even today, I think $5,000 and we could only do it through Skype, right? Because guess where the gentleman is from?
Somewhere US or something.
No, the gentleman is from India.
Oh.
Yeah, the gentleman is from India. Nothing against our Indian viewers or anything like this, but the gentleman was from India, right? And I found this mentor. I read through his reviews and I was like, okay, pretty okay. All right, let's just give it a shot, right? It's $5,000, right? What's the worst that can happen? I lose this $5,000. But the best part is that if I learn the right things, I could make more than that. That was the mindset, right? So I'm like, okay, all right. So I PayPal here, and last time we used PayPal and everything, right? And then we got to a Skype session. So I said it was a scam, right? So what happened was this, right? I only managed to get onto 2 sessions with him before he became uncontactable.
Wow.
I spent $5,000 to get onto 2 sessions and then it was gone, right? But the amazing thing is this.
Oh my gosh. Okay.
Yeah, but the amazing thing is this. Within that 2 sessions, I learned enough for me to, over the next 1 year, I earned everything back and more. Just on 2 sessions. And that is the power of getting the right mentor. Because in just that 2 sessions, he taught me the right things I need to do in my business. Perhaps not the part where he MIA for the rest of the 2 sessions, but beyond that, right, the technical side of it, on how should I be building up my email marketing business, how should I be setting up the system and everything, I got all of it and I implemented furiously, right? And even though he didn't turn up for the rest of the sessions, I made my money back. And I think to me, that was the most important thing. And that was when really from that point onward, it kind of like shifted my mindset. It's not about just attending like $2,000. And in the past, whenever you attend a program, it's like $2,000-$3,000 all the time. So it's not about just attending $3,000 program here and there all the time and then attempting to do it yourself, right? If you are really serious about it, you need to get a mentor to guide you as far as possible in a smaller group or in a one-to-one setting. Because when that happened to me, when I did it myself, I saw a tremendous leap in my results. And that was when my mindset started to shift. And from then onwards, I invested tens and hundreds of thousands of dollars by attending such mastermind, by attending a private mentorship program. And it helped my business grow to where it is today. I'm not saying that I'm very rich or I'm very successful or anything like this, but I feel that if you're really serious about what you do, I think, of course, you as a person, you really need to put in the time and the effort, potentially also the money. But it's also more important to find someone whom you can see he or her to be at where you want to be, and then seek mentorship from him or her because they have been through your route. right? So if they've been through your route, they know how best to guide you. And sometimes it's not about finding the best person in the world. For example, at my stage right now, I probably can't go to someone to like Tony. I can't be like a Tony Robbins level, or I can't be a Grant Cardone level where he deals with like 10 of millions, 100 of millions, right? But somewhere in between the line, right? I just need to find someone who is 2, 3, 4 steps ahead of me, emulate them. When I reach that stage, I progress again. And then I keep progressing and keep progressing. That to me right now is how I view my business and how I view how I can keep improving myself. Yeah.
Well, I love your values, man. Like you're super open to learning and growth, right? A lot of people might want to start focusing their energy and attention on the fact that like the person ran away from you, but decided to just take action and implement and stuff, right? And one thing I observe, right, like bro, like you've been investing in so many mentorships, masterminds, programs, right? And a lot of other people do as well. But the thing is, from what I observe, right, I think you also might agree in the space is that there's a lot of like information that's being absorbed by people, but they don't actually implement. So where do you think that mindset of like implementation, taking action, application, right? When did it like start clicking for you? Is it something that came very natural to you, right? And how would you advise the everyday person who do not get too caught up with joining all these causes, right? But at the expense or at the risk of not even implementing for their lives in the first place?
Number one, look for Mark Thiel because he's the master implementer. Absolutely right. That's why you're watching this right now. That's why for all of us here, you're watching this right now because you are looking to implement everything that you want to learn in life. And of course, one of the things that we learn, we always hear this old phrase in the past, right? Knowledge is power. But come on, that's just BS, right? That's just BS. BS stands for belief system, by the way, right? It doesn't mean for the other thing that you might have popped into your head. Okay. But actually knowledge is not exactly power, right? Execution is power. Right? You might have all the knowledge in the world, but you don't execute it, you don't implement it, it's all for naught. So you have to execute to finally turn that knowledge into power. So knowledge is potential power, but execution is what that actually give you that power in your hands. So that's really important. And if you ask me why am I able to take so much action, and the truth is this, let me be honest right now to everybody that's watching this. I am a very lazy person. Right, I procrastinate all the time. I mean, Mark probably knows this as well. I mean, we have been friends as well. So I am not someone who takes too much of an action, but at least I do take some action, right? And even that could change my life. So imagine if you're fully focused into what you want to do, how much your life could change. But in order for you to do that, I think it's important to ask yourself this: why did you even want to go into this in the first place? Why is this important to you? Because if this is not important to you and you learn it anyway, then most probably you're not going to implement it. So why is this important to you? Is it because you want financial freedom? Is it because you want to spend more time with your family? Is it because you just like, to be impressive? Is it because you want to be able to prepare your next career? Why are you learning all this stuff? Why are you doing what you're doing right now? If you can figure out your why, and if that is important enough for you, then you will take action on it. If your health is so important to you, you will take action on it. For example, if a doctor tells you that if you don't exercise today onwards, you're going to die in the next 2 months, I guarantee you're going to be doing everything you can to be exercising every single day, right? Because for most of us, I think we would rather live and exercise than to die within the next 2 months. I mean, I can't say that for everybody, but I assume most of us will feel that way, right? So your why and your motivation needs to be important. Now, I think for some of you who's watching this, you might say, oh my God, so cliche, say this kind of motivation, why thing, but it's the truth. It's the truth. If this was important to you, you will put the effort into it. For example, right now, I don't aim to become like a multi-billionaire. I don't aim to run, for me personally, I don't aim to run MNC. I don't want to have a huge company that generate hundreds of millions of dollars per year. I don't need that. That's not what I am striving to do, to be honest. Right? If you ask me that is not something that I want to do. I share this very openly. I'm just happy to have a few $1 million in my bank account that could sustain me for the rest of my life. I would like to devote myself to other social work. That is the reason why I want to do what I'm doing today. I want to be able to help more people down the road. But in order for me to do that, right, to devote myself fully into that in the future, I know that I need to secure myself first. Because when I'm secure myself, then my focus, I don't need to worry about myself anymore. And that's when I can focus 100% on helping others. And with the amount of money that I have or the resources that I build up, it equips me better to help more people, yes or no, right? I mean, if I'm a beggar, right, I don't have money, I struggle to put food on my table, how much help can I provide for other people? I can't even think about my own survival yet. So to me, it's about, that's why this is so important to me. I want to make sure that I can help more people, right? At the same time, right now, I'm also building up my business. And when I reach a certain point in my business, my why will shift to focus 100% on the people in society where I can help them, be it in social welfare or in skill sets development. I think that's over the last few years, I've discovered that's something that I'm really very good at as well. So I think in terms of the education, continuing education is something that I really like to look into. So that is my why, and this is a mission of myself. My mission right now is that I want to help 100,000 people get started online. Right, you will get results if you follow my system, big or small. It depends on your own effort as well. But that is my mission today, and I think it's very important that you understand your why. And on that note, right, I think just now we are talking about entrepreneurship and things like this. I'd like to also say this to everyone that is that could be watching this right now. It's perfectly okay if you're not an entrepreneur, right? You don't have to be an entrepreneur to be successful in life, right? It's just a buzzword today. Not everyone is suited to be an entrepreneur, and it's perfectly okay to live with that. Right, if you're contented, right, you are happy with what you are happy with your 9-to-5 job, you have a secure future, you enjoy doing a stable job, going home to your family at night, hugging your children, and having the time over the weekend where you don't have to work to spend time with them, it's perfectly okay, right? And you find meaning in your work. You don't have to be an entrepreneur. You can learn investing, you can learn other things to accumulate your wealth so that you can provide better for your family, but you don't have to be an entrepreneur. But for someone who have a solution for other people, if you have something that you can help other people, then maybe being an entrepreneur help you get the word out better. And if that is what you want, then this might be the route for you. So I think, again, it depends on your why and your want, and that will really help you understand what is it that you need to do in the future. Yeah, I don't know if I really bring across the point.
I love it, bro, because I think it boils down to the fundamentals, right? Which is and something that Tony Robbins always says, right? The bigger the why, the easier the how, right? Because when you talk about all the systems in the world, all the productivity things in the world, right? But dude, like if you do have a big why, right, everything else is gonna be like pushing a big ass rock up the hill, right? You're gonna be ineffective and stuff. And thanks so much for sharing your story. I think that's great. So I think moving on, right, to a little bit, and I love the passion of where you share. Right? I can really feel the fact that you want to share so much to help people out. 100,000 is a big ambitious goal, but I love it, right? I'm very sure you get there, bro. So and so right now, right, getting this space of starting out, right, back to the whole marketing space, right? Whether you're a full-time entrepreneur, you're trying to do a side hustle, or you're just trying to test out for a career and whatnot, right? Let's share a little bit about where do you see the marketing space right now and in the digital marketing space. Any thoughts about current trends, especially with COVID and stuff? And what do you think are some of the biggest mistakes, right? New people, right? New folks make when they come in, or even new or misconceptions that people have about digital marketing space they might want to share that you feel that people really need to understand, all right, before they enter this space of digital marketing, digital entrepreneurship, and whatnot.
Okay, that's a great question. Wow, that's a huge one. I got to think about what my answer is gonna be. Okay, so I would say this. I'm currently a marketing coach, a digital marketing business coach, as well as an agency owner myself, because I believe in practice, right? I don't want to be someone who is just teaching theory, right? And someone who is not actually a practitioner. So I have my own agency, which means I teach people the things that I'm exactly doing for myself and my clients at this moment of time. So I think that's very important as well. I don't think anyone would like to learn theories, especially like, we go into school, some of our professors in the past, they teach us how to do business or how to do certain things, but they themselves have not done it before. It's all theory, right? And I don't think that's the way I prefer to learn. So whenever someone learns from me, they always know that they are learning the right stuff, because everything that I teach them is through proven practices that I myself do it. So I run an agency as well as a coach myself. And one of the biggest things that I see a lot of people face is this, right? When people come to me for a marketing service, a lot of time people say, "Oh, Gavin, I know that you are very good at what you do, and I would like to engage you to do marketing for me and things like this." And the first question I always ask them is, "Okay, is marketing really the thing you need?" Right? I always ask them. I'm a marketer myself. That's my business. But I always ask them, "Is marketing the thing that you need?" Because most of the time, I realize this. A lot of time, people don't need additional marketing. The issue that they have is actually their offer. They have no idea what they are offering to people. Is it something that people want, right? Or something that people need? Or they have an issue is that they just want to have more leads, but they themselves don't have a system to support the amount of leads to manage it. So for example, right? Let me ask you guys this question. For those of you who are watching right now, but now I'm only talking to Mark, so only Mark will answer me, right? If you have a very lousy offer, right? Imagine if you have a very lousy offer where it converts very, very badly, right? I could send you a lot of leads, right? Because I'm very good at marketing. I could market it. I could, like I draw a lot of things, 画蛇添足, I make it look like a dragon, right? Even though it's a bird. I could send you a lot of leads. But the question is, do you think your offer is are you still gonna make a lot of money?
Yeah, no, in the long term, right? Definitely, because if you don't serve, you don't add value, right? Eventually, it would work out.
Absolutely, right? Absolutely. And think about it right now. Then what if we work on your offer, right? We make it so much so that it's an irresistible offer and everybody will want to be able to learn more, to purchase your service or to engage you, right? And we just run mediocre marketing. And today, if you ask me really, any one of us right now who is watching this, you can do your marketing on your own. It's so easy and accessible to do your own marketing today. You just need to know some basic interest targeting. You can run the most fundamental marketing that you can do, right? So very good offer, mediocre marketing, right? Do you think you're still going to make money? Because everyone that comes to your offer, they're going to buy it because it's irresistible. Do you think you're going to make a little bit more money?
Yeah, man. Whether it's word of mouth, right? Quality testimonials. Yeah, for sure, man.
100%. So a lot of times when I speak to my clients or potential clients, the first thing that I want to fix with them, even though I do marketing, is to fix the offer. If you don't have a right offer, you don't have a right offering to the audience, that is something that's not going to work. Even though how good I'm going to be at marketing for you, you're not going to see significant results. So I think that's the number one mistakes that I see a lot of people are doing. They always think about marketing, but they don't look at themselves first to see whether they are providing the right offer to their target audience. So I think that is the first mistake that you have to look at, right? And second thing is this, you need to have the right system to support your marketing efforts. So for example, right, I have people who have come to me before, they say that they want to scale up their marketing, they want to have more clients and everything. But when I look at their backend system, they cut, even if I could bring the leads for them, they don't have the time to do the appointments, they have no time, they have no support available to give to these new clients. Then why do you need more marketing? You're already at full capacity, right? Then perhaps what you should be doing right now is to systemize your whole process, is to be able to scale your team to support the new clients that might come in. Right? I could give you, like, for example, people who are in the appointment-based kind of like services, for example, your FA or your property agent or something like this, right? A lot of my clients are such people. They're already meeting 4 people per day. That takes up 12 hours of their time already. And they tell me that I want more leads. Okay, I can give you more leads, but can you even meet more people every single day? You can't. Then what's the point of getting more leads? Right? You should be improving on your conversion. You should be improving on how you can automate this whole process so that you filter out and you only meet the high quality people. Because out of every 10 that you meet right now, you're only closing 2. Can we make it better? Can you, out of every 10 that you're meeting right now, you're closing 4 or 5? It's going to improve your results so much more instead of just focusing on marketing. So your backend system also needs to be able to support what you're doing. So that's the second mistake that I'm looking at. So number 1 and number 2, and the third mistake, right? And the third mistake that I see is this. A lot of time people want to do marketing, but they're still being a consumer. So the mindset of them is still being a consumer. You have to understand today, if you want to be putting yourself out there, you have to be a creator, right? You have to create something. You have to create your ads, you have to create your videos, you have to create your posts, you have to create your social media presence, you have to create your branding. You cannot be out there when you're not creating anything. Then you're just consumer, you're just scrolling through other people's pages. You need to understand that you need to be a creator in order to put yourself out there so that people can reach out to you. And from a creator point of view, and today I think I don't believe you have too much time to go in depth of this, but once you're a creator, what you really want to do is that you want to build a community. Right? You want to build a community so that you have a captive audience that you can sell to people over and over again. And that is when marketing is going to work best for you in today's climate. That would be something that I say. In the past, people just want to do transactional like marketing. Like it's a one-time thing. I market, you buy from me and that's it. Bye-bye. Thank you very much for your business. But you don't want that anymore. You want to make sure that you build a community so that you can leverage on this community over and over again. Increase the LTV, which is the lifetime value of your community and each individual client or customer. And that is going to bring your business very, very far. For example, for myself and some of my clients, we build that into this community. We sell them products over and over again. And when they become my raving fans, whenever I launch something, be it $100, $200, a few $1,000s, they keep buying over and over again because they know the value that I can give to them. And they're in this captive community where I continue to support them. So it's not a one-time transaction. It's transaction and transaction and transaction and transaction multiple times. And if you're able to do that, right, imagine how much that's going to grow for your business. So that is the 3 things that I think I could share in this very short span of time. I hope that makes sense for everybody.
Wow, it's like a mini masterclass, man. Because I think it's one thing I realized is it's open, very raw, honest sharing about the fact that marketing is great, right? But not if you do have a good offer, not if you have a good system, right? Because it's not just a one-time thing, right? It's about an overall thing. And then talking about building community, but right now I think you also kind of pointed out, which is the fact that it's not so much about transactions anymore. It's about how you can add value in the long term, right? And then create complementary products to help people lives better, right? So it's just one time off transaction. So thanks so much for sharing. I think that's damn useful, right? Especially for people who are starting out. Yeah, so I think the next question, right? So moving on to community, since you're talking about it. So as of this time, right? This interview is 2001 August, right? So a few months back, right? You created this thing called the Destiny Summit, right? And this actually gathered some of the best, biggest speakers around in terms of entrepreneurship, a bit of health, and whatnot. Right? Just share a bit about what made you because you had some pretty crazy, awesome results, right? Starting from almost nothing, right? Just share a bit about how did you come with the idea for the summit, right? Before we go deep into a little bit of what happened and how did you actually create such a big community and a big following after that as well. But what made you get started and what was the that summit all about for you?
Okay, so that's a very good question. But I'm going to say the unfiltered truth, right? Is it okay that I say the unfiltered truth? And
Yeah.
I just wish that whoever is going to be watching this, please do not laugh at me or anything like this. And I'm very blessed. I'm truly very blessed because the Destiny Summit was the first ever summit that I organized. Like literally, I'm doing it for the first time. I have no idea how am I supposed to do it. You know, I was competing against huge companies. You know, like SR and a lot of other big names. They're all doing their own summit. Who am I to do a summit? I'm literally a nobody. Nobody heard of this name, Gavin Sim. Who the hell is this guy, right? And what right do I have to hold a summit by inviting the top speakers in the world like John Lee, Peng Jun, Skip Archimedes, right? And all these amazing people, right? Ken Chi even came back out to do this, right? Nick Santos also came over to do this. So it's crazy. A lot of people do this, and I got a lot of support from Mark as well. The reason why I was doing this is because, you know, for many of us today, for the past 2 years has been very tough for many people. It has been so tough for a lot of my friends, a lot of my close relatives, or even business partners. I saw them literally suffer in their business, and then with that, right, their health and even their relationship deteriorated. And I've been very blessed in the last 5 years that I was in entrepreneurship. I have made many great connections. I knew a lot of great people in the industry, and they span across from the health side, you know, for the wealth side, for the relationship. And because I've been investing a lot in finding a lot of mentors as well, I have personal relationships with many of these people. And one day I was just in the shower, you know, I was just thinking, I remember it was early 2021, right? I believe it was late, I don't remember the exact date, but it was late February, right? Late February, I was just thinking, okay, you know, someone just happened. So the reason why I thought about it that day was because one of my friends literally just told me that he has to close down his company, which has been operating for the past a few years. And I was feeling a little bit emotional because I was like, this is a close friend, and it doesn't make me feel good when a close friend suffers a setback in his life, right? So I was just thinking, is there something that I could do for people, you know, given all my connections and given all my relationship with all these amazing entrepreneurs who are like 7, 8, 9, 10 figures worth, like public listed company CEOs, and things. Is there something that I could do for these people? So I was just showering, I was just thinking, what if, right? What if I can bring all these people together? And it's not about just wealth, you know. Everyone, the last few years, people are just talking about wealth is money and money and money, but it's not just about money. Would you agree with me?
Yeah.
It's about money that also affects our health. It's also and all these things also affects our relationship with people. People are stuck at home, right? Their mental health are suffering, and because of the amount of time they are suddenly spending at home, their relationship for some of us it could have been better. But for many people, their relationship actually went downhill, right? How can I find people to come in to help them to do all these things better? So it's not about just health. It's not about just wealth, but it's about wealth, health, and relationship. Could I create something that cover all these different aspects to help people? And that is why I actually went forward. After I had that thought, I actually went down to execute it. I had a list of 200 over people that I could potentially connect to see whether these people will be willing to appear on this summit. And I finally rounded up to less than 30. And I can't put 30 people in a summit in 2 days. That's crazy, you know. I can't have everybody come and talk for half an hour. How much value could these people give? But it's going to be very limited. I want people to give in that value. I want these people to really help, you know, those who are in need. So I actually had this crazy idea. I approached someone else to help me as well, because we need a team to get things to work, right? Teamwork makes the dream work. So I approached someone else and I told the person, but the first thing I said was, I want to do a summit and I want it to be a 7-day summit. The jaw literally dropped the floor. 7-day summit, even the biggest company in the world are doing a 3-day summit. But you are doing a 7-day summit and you're just doing it on your own. That's 2%. How's that going to work? I'm like, it's okay. We'll find a way. We are going to make this work. We have the heart. It's going to happen. And that was what we did anyway. And we went out. I started to liaise with all these different speakers. And when I shared with them my vision, right, it's really about coming out here to talk to people, to be able to help them, to provide our best value available, to help people pass this difficult time. And many of them buy into the vision. And we actually managed to do the summit ultimately in April, and we had over 5,000 people registered for this particular summit, for me doing it the first time, and we have an average attendance of 300 to 400 people every single day, right, for 7 days straight. Every single night we are spending, in fact, every weekday night we are spending the time, and the weekend is a full day. It's not even a few hours thing. It's from 10 a.m. all the way to 10 p.m. It's a full 12-hour marathon, right? So it's crazy, and we had a lot of people coming for the summit, and really, at the end of it, it was a success, and a lot of people got a lot of value out of it. And I'm just glad that the summit managed to help all these people in need. And I really hope that, for people who have done the summit already, then they took tremendous action. In fact, in our community right now, we know that people are always regularly posting their updates. People are really saying that they have been able to benefit so much from the summit. They are doing exactly everything that they need to do to improve their life. And I think, to me, that brings the biggest fulfillment. So it's about getting the idea and then executing on it furiously. So whatever idea that you have out there right now, ladies and gentlemen, whoever you are, wherever you are, it's about having the idea, executing on it furiously to see whether it will work or not. Right? If it works, then good for you, right? If it doesn't, it's okay, right? It's a learning experience. Move on to the next idea, execute on it to go ahead, right? We have this saying, right? Edison. Edison had this light bulb, right? He tested 10,000 time before he finally found the right filament. Actually, the truth is it's not him, it's his team who was testing all the different filaments, but he failed, right? He didn't fail 9,999 times. He just discovered 9,999 filaments that didn't work for a light bulb, right? And when he finally found that one, it changed the world and it changed the life. So I'm looking forward to impacting and changing more lives. Yeah.
Yeah, I think there's a crazy inspirational story, right? Where you started from scratch, started from nothing, right? All you had was networks, which you get it, right? Of course, that's also in part of your abundance spirit that people were drawn to you and attracted to your mission and your vision, right? So that's another thing, right? But the fact that you went, relentlessly implemented, and hey, people got a lot of results from it, right? People achieved things, people are grateful, and from there, right, what happened was you built a community, right? People started to follow Gavin. I know that he also supported you into accountability for your own, for exercise and whatnot as well. We talk about that another time. But so I'm just curious, right? So what, which brings me to right now, right? Which now from the summit, right, you kind of transited to doing your own business right now to coach folks on marketing, right? So can you share a bit about why do you decide to do it right now, right? And a little bit about how has things been so far, right, in this space of helping people to level up, right, their marketing, to grow their impact, their income online as well?
Okay, so I think the question really more importantly is to understand what is it that people want to do today, what is it that they need, right? What they want and what they need. So throughout my whole journey over the last 2 years, including Destiny Summit and everything, I realized that people really want an alternative way, right? I think that if the last 2 years haven't taught us anything, it taught us that nothing in this life is secured, right? And we need to really diversify. And that is what people have been coming to me for. Is there a way that I could diversify my income? Is there a way that I could, find a backup? Is there a way that I'm still doing my 9-to-5 job, that I can create something else as well? So there are many ways that people can do it, right? Of course, you can learn investing, you can learn, which I also do, right? Property investing, value investing, or crypto, or trading, or many of these things. I think Mark is also very good at value investing. That is many, many ways. But what I'm really good at is at marketing, on how you can create a business online. And I've done it multiple times. Within 30 days, I launched an idea, it's profitable, right? And that's the time frame that I give myself. 30 days, I launch it. If it's possible, good, I move forward. If it's not, so be it, right? We move on to the next idea. I was saying earlier, if it's okay, the one thing that I learned very importantly in my entrepreneurship journey is this: you don't want to spend 2-3 years brooding over an idea, planning out everything, and then finally when you launch it, it fails, right? It sucks to do that, right? And you're going to be wasting so much time, effort, and energy, and even money, right, to even reach to that state. So the new way of doing business that I teach all my clients as well as my students is this, right? It's about the new way of doing business. You have an idea, right? You frame it out correctly, you launch it first. And then when you launch it, you make the money already. You can use the resource that you have to build it. And when you are able to do that, you're going to be able to serve your clients better. And you also are assured that it's a workable idea. And then you can scale and slowly grow it to become even bigger. So I have this framework called the Soft Love Launch Formula Framework, where I help people start their own business in 30 days. And I have many success stories, and I do it just for myself. Destiny Summit is one of them. In fact, my list program is also another one of them. And over the last many years, I've used this framework to start so many programs or things online to make money for myself in just 30 days. Right? And if it doesn't work, it's just 30 days, it's just 1 month. It doesn't work, I move on to the next idea. So I think it's important for us to be able to have all this stream of income, right? To be able to guide us through the tougher times. Because you never know, right? One day today, what if another pandemic hit us? Right? We are talking about the Delta Plus variant right now. Yes, we are all inoculated. I think both of us are. We are all vaccinated. We are suitably protected. But what if it's not going to be COVID-19? What if it's another virus that comes out? What if it's another calamity that befalls us? Then what's going to happen then? Right? Are you secure in your job? What if another global financial crisis hits us? Are you going to be able to support yourself? So it's important that you find multiple streams of income to support yourself, so that when the dark time comes, you have other things that you can fall back on. It can be a skill set, it can be a business, it can be anything. I'm not saying that you have to learn marketing, right? You can learn about investing from Mark. You can learn about, doing another business or offline business, or you can learn about e-commerce or dropshipping or Amazon FBA, whatever it is. But you need to start learning. What I do is that I help people to create their own online business in 30 days or less, or translate their business online. That is what I do. If people are interested in that, that's where people come to me for. But the key message behind all this is that you need to be prepared, regardless of what you choose to do. You need to be prepared for the eventuality that something may happen, and when that happens, you are secured with other sources of income, so that your life will be severely impacted. And that is why also insurance is important. But that's the topic for another day. But it's really about understanding this. So if you're able to do that, then that's where you have that peace of mind to focus on what you need to do. So really, I guess, I'm not sure if I really answered the question for this though, but I think the message I really want to put out there to everyone that is watching this right now is this, right? You have to start thinking about alternative. The alternative have many different routes that you could choose, but once you have chosen your poison, in that sense, whether you're chosen to do investing, or you're chosen to learn marketing, or you're chosen to invest in properties, or you're chosen to maybe just do trading, then you have to focus on it, make that a reliable source of income, and then you move on to the next thing. That is the lesson that everyone needs to understand.
Yeah, and I think you're very nice, right? Because in that sense, because you're also talking about other alternatives, right? So because also add on, right? Which, as in, yes, of course, there's investing, there's trading, there's econ, whatnot, right? But like digital marketing is one of the most, in my opinion, one of the most industry-proof, recession-proof skills that anyone can have. Because once you master this skill, right, I say, like, can we put you into another industry, right? Whether it's a fitness, the health, or like actually coaching, like, dude, like you're able to grow it anytime, and even not as an entrepreneur, but to actually join as a company, as a full-time employee, right? To get so to me, right, I think it's a very worthwhile skill to learn. It's something that changed my life over the past 2 years. And I think in a sense of what you're providing, something that can be very important and useful to the folks out there as well. Yeah. So with that, right, the last
can I add something, Mark?
Yes, no.
Yeah, I just want to add something. I think at this point in time, a lot of people will be thinking about this, right? But Gavin, okay, sure, like we talk about marketing and everything, but everyone also can learn marketing, right? Right? Everyone also can learn digital marketing, and it's so readily available on YouTube or whatever. And that's true, by the way. There's a lot of things that you can learn from YouTube, right? I watch YouTube like literally every day, learning new stuff. But you can learn so much, you can do so much. But the thing is this, think about it. A lot of people like to learn it, but they don't like to execute it. That is the difference. So if you're able to have that skill set and you're able to help other people execute, that is where you're going to be able to make the money, right? I can learn it, but I'm like, oh my God, I'm not going to set up my own business manager. I don't want to run my ads. I don't want to create my own creative. And that's where you can come in. You learn this skill set and you help people execute. Right? Just imagine you don't have to charge, but I mean, I run the agency myself. My charges are between a few thousand every single month, but you don't have to do that, right? Imagine this, you're earning an income, say $4,000 right now, right? Just $4,000. If you could charge each client, right? Not even 1,000, let's just say $800. right? $800. All you need is 5 clients to pay you money to maybe create a few photos, to manage the Facebook advertising campaign from them. And you earn $4,000 every single month as a side hustle. And it just takes you a couple of hours per week to manage all these things for them. Right? It's a skill set that could literally feed you for life. If you have that determination to do it. And you can do it after work anyway. It really doesn't matter. But more importantly, you need to have that skill set and create a side income for you. And what you're doing is that you're helping other people do what they don't want to do anyway. So a lot of the objection that I get is this: oh, I can learn this, but people also can learn what? People can learn, but most people don't like to execute. And that's where you come in. If you're willing to learn and you're willing to execute, there's always a market and there's always an opportunity for you.
Wow, thanks so much. I think that's the practical benefits, right, of actually growing your income, right? In the sense that if you're not so sure what to do, right, learn something like marketing, right, can help different companies, and from there you also can find out what exactly you like, what exactly you resonate with, right, and which grow you and level up in a further as well. Yeah, absolutely. So I love this interview, right, bro. I think a lot of open insights. I think very open sharing, right? So as a last thing, right, you want to share any last words for audience out there, right? And you want to share a little bit about the quick offer and bonus, right? The gift we have for folks watching this as well, right? Before we end off today's interview at the same time.
Okay. I mean the last word is this. Not really the last word. I think the first I would actually say is the first words. Right? The first word is what we have started from the very beginning of this interview, right? We talk about you learn before you earn. Right? It's very important that you learn before you earn. The reason why I say this is because I've been through the tough road myself. I'm a practitioner. I'm not someone born with a silver spoon or a golden spoon, whatever people like to say it today, right? I literally walked through the very tough path of entrepreneurship. I failed multiple times as well, right? I probably failed more than succeeding, right? The point is this: I look at the failures as not failures alone. I don't think I really like to use the word, but I think it's important for me to use it so that you understand it. But I see all those as learning experiences, because every single time that I do something not right, the next time I would be able to do it better, right? And you at this stage right now, for some of you who may be watching this, you may not have that experience yet. So rather than going through that learning experience, right? The smart people learn from their experiences. The wise people learn from other people's experiences. So what we are doing right now, I think, why are we doing all these interviews? Why is Mark so openly inviting all these people on his shows and everything? It's because we want you to be wise. We want you to learn from our experience so that you don't have to go it through yourself. So most importantly, you learn before you earn. And secondly, right, it's about the thing that we talk about today. I think this interview is really on point, right? Because after you learn already, knowledge is not power. Knowledge is potential power. After that, it's about execution. If I just thought about the Destiny Summit in my shower and I didn't execute on it, I didn't go and contact all the different speakers, I didn't look for a teammate, I didn't launch my ads, I didn't just do it, right? I wouldn't have been able to make 6 figures in just 1 month through the event, right? And by the way, the objective of the event when I first started wasn't to make money, but because I had a good mission and a good cause and I knew exactly what I was doing, right? I ended up making 6 figures in just a month, slightly over the month. Okay, to be fair, it's slightly over the month. All right. And then like for the Soft Love launch formula, which later I will present something very special for you guys as well, right? In just launching it, I spent $0 doing this particular program. I have no idea whether it will work or not. It's just something that I wanted to do. And within the first month right now, this is just the second month, I already made multiple 5 figures from it without spending a single dollar. And that is the power of knowing what you need to do, right? And how do I accumulate all this? It's because I learned and I spent money learning before. And right now I'm able to earn. So that's really important for you. And it's about the execution. It's about getting things into place. And all I need to do really, I don't fret over my my work too much. And I'm very honest in that sense that I'm very blessed in that sense that I've reached a stage where, every single day I just spend a few hours doing what I need to do. The rest of the time, I'm just enjoying life. I'm playing a little bit of games and there. I'm watching Netflix. I'm sending my spouse on and off work. I get to spend time with things that matters to me the most because I've been through that stage before. And now I knew that I have all this diversified stream of income. So it's important for me to have that. Now, that might not be important for you, but that might not be your focus in life. And that's perfectly okay. Every one of us has different definition of success. Every one of us has different levels of comfort that we want to achieve. So for me, that is something that I always wanted. And I've been very blessed to be able to do it on my own terms right now. So if you want to be able to do that on your own terms, or at least find out how you could potentially do this on your own terms. Then like what Mark was saying earlier, I'd like to invite you to my Soft Love Launch Formula bootcamp. So normally, it goes for 497 and it's a 3-day live bootcamp, right? Where you learn from me personally and you get to attend it lifetime. Right, I'm doing something really, really crazy right now because it's still in private launch. And I was just talking to Mark. He was saying that this could be something that could benefit everybody. So I'm still doing a private launch, and this launch will end in September. Because September is my birthday month. No, it's actually the 5th year mark of where I'm going to be hitting that anyway. So it was that so it's really a very special thing that I'm doing for Mark's community right now. So normally this 3-day bootcamp, right, is 497, and that's it, right? You attend a 3-day bootcamp for 497 USD, and that's it. But right now, I want to do really something special for everybody that is watching this, right? You are attending a 3-day bootcamp live in person with me. You get lifetime re-attendance, which means that whenever I'm doing this bootcamp, you will attend it forever. You always come back and learn and relearn. And I always encourage people to do that. Always come back and listen again and again and again, because the more you listen, the more it gets internalized, and the more it gets internalized, it becomes second nature. So it's very important. I highly encourage it. My objective here is to help as many people succeed. So it's okay for me. Just come back and relearn. It doesn't hurt my wallet. It doesn't hurt your wallet. Come back and learn over and over again. You also get lifetime support in our private community, right? So you get basically you're doing a one-time thing, but you get lifetime support in attending the program again, and also in the private community, and also to be giving you a template, a checklist, a 30-day checklist where as long as you do everything that is within a checklist, right, you'll be able to launch your own business online in 30 days. Or transit your business online in 30 days. And I'll be giving you all the email templates on how you could welcome people, the email templates for you to be able to send out emails to continue to nurture these people. I'm going to be giving you like over 300 Instagram photos that you can use to promote your business online. And I'm going to be able to also help you to really execute this in a fast and effective manner. So that if you don't do it within the 30 days, if you could follow everything that I say, right? If you could follow everything that I say in these 30 days, right? And you don't see any form of results, you achieve nothing. You can prove to me that you've done everything, but you don't do it, you didn't receive anything at all. I will give you back your money. Because that's not important to me. The importance to me is you achieve success. So I'm willing to throw out this crazy guarantee. If you do everything, right, and you don't see any results, I'll give you back your money. It really doesn't make a difference to me. All I want is your success. So having said that already, maybe you want to guess how much I might be offering this to your community?
Yeah, so usually 497 is a pretty cheap price, right? In the past, I used to pay like thousands of dollars for such similar programs. That was in the past, right? I would say maybe about 100, 200, depending on number of people who join. What's your thing, bro?
Okay, so because like I say, it's going to be a very special month for me in September. As of today, we are recording this on the 19th of August, right? So it's slightly a month away to where I was. But my birthday is on September 15th, so it's slightly less than a month to that anniversary date, right? So what I like to do is this, right? I don't need your few $100 or things like this, but I need you to invest. Now, the reason why we say this is because I want you to have to dip your feet in the game as well. Right, I put your feet in the game. I put my feet in the game as well. Is it fair? But I think it's fair that both of us put our feet in the game so that we are committed to each other, so that we will be able to see results. I think that's more important, because I don't want a case where you come learn for free and you're not going to do anything. Then what's the point? Then don't come and waste your time, please. Don't come and waste my time as well. I'll be very open about this. I have a lot of people who apply to be on my mentorship and I turn them away, right? Because they are not a good fit. It's okay to me. I'm not doing this for the money. I'm not doing this to lose money. I'll be very open about it. But I'm also not doing this to make me into a millionaire. I don't need this. I have other businesses that sustain me. For example, Mark doing his Master Implementers Movement. He doesn't need to do that as well. He's such a successful investor. Right? He's making his money from investing. He don't need to do what we do. It's because we are driven by a mission. Right? So we also want you to commit to this. So what I say is this, right? All I request from any one of you who wants to do this, and this offer really will end by the end of September. So the September bootcamp is the last one. I'm going to run this very special thing just for Mark's community. Right, it will just be USD 97. So if you're willing to commit $97, join me in 3 days, and you get lifetime access to the programs. You get lifetime access to, the community, and get all the templates and everything that's really going to help you to improve. But if marketing is something you want to learn, launching a business in 30 days or less is something that you want, then you come. Right? If you're coming here to just want to learn, and then for the fun of it, don't do anything, then you don't have to waste your time, really. All right. But if you are really serious about changing your life, right, and saying yes to this, it's gonna potentially change your life. I mean, what's the worst thing that's gonna happen? Right? You say no, everything remains the same. You're not gonna learn anything new. But you say yes. What if you could do something different in the next 30 days that could potentially change your life for just USD $97? The decision is yours. And if you want to, I'll see you at the final batch of the private launch, right? My birthday anniversary, my birthday special promo that is going to happen on September 24th, 25th, and 26th. That is the last one because I'm going for a holiday cruise during my birthday. So that is delayed for 1 week. Right? I know Mark has been going for a lot of cruise recently. So I learned from the best, right? I learned from Mark. I should go for a cruise as well. So the next bootcamp will be September 24th, 25th, 26th. And it's the last time I'm going to offer it at this particular price point because it's already a special thing that I'm doing for Mark. So that's that, USD 97. Join me on those 3 days, and I look forward to serving everybody even better.
Wow. Hey, thanks so much, Xia, for the offer, bro. I think based on what I know you have invested in over the past many years on programs, masterminds, and workshops, 97 is a little pinch, right? To it, right? And you're combining whatever I've learned over the past 5 and even more years, right, to these 3 days, right? To me, it's what I call a steal. And it's extremely, talking about investing, right? It's a very undervalued opportunity. I think it's almost a no-brainer. So as long as you're here to learn marketing, you got a skill for yourself, your career, your business, like hustle, right? Just to earn income, right? I think this is something what I call a no-brainer deal for sure, right? It's like buying Amazon when it was $2 or $97, because now it's $3,000. All right.
Yeah,
anyway.
it was crazy. I just had a student from last week. Last week I just did one run of it, and I have a mentee who actually private messaged me, and she told me this, right? That she recently paid for a mentoring program, right? Not even like a 3-day program. She recently paid for a mentoring program which cost her $10,000, and she said that my program, she actually learned more in those 3 days than in her private membership program that cost her 10 grand USD. So I'm not here to, okay, just the disclaimer, I'm not here to say that I'm very good or whatever, but I think I genuinely want to share as much as possible. I share a lot. I really give as much as possible. I think Mark could probably attest to that as well. And to me, I'm a practitioner. I don't just talk theory. I really do what I'm sharing with you. Every single thing that I teach to my mentees or my learners, I could do them myself. And a lot of the time when I'm actually doing the program, I show live demos. I show them how they could do it immediately as well. So it's not just about theory, it's about practical as well. I don't just teach you the huge strategies and then you all be scratching your head and like, okay, so that's a good strategy. How do I execute? I don't leave you hanging, right? In fact, one of the things maybe I didn't say is that if you are looking about doing digital marketing, a lot of people are like, how to do all this website, everything. Don't even worry. I give you templates. All you need to do is to click and install the template. You have a website ready. That's how much I'm actually giving people in my program as well. And of course, it's already at a very special rate right now. If you want to, I'm not sure if how we're going to be doing this, but maybe Mark could share the link to everyone later. And I look forward to really helping you. But really, I have to say this: put your feet in the game, commit, and turn up. Right? I think maybe we can have agreement, right? If you are coming in for this and you don't turn up for the batch, then please, this between you and me as a gentleman's or ladies agreement. If you don't turn up for this, please donate the money, right? The remaining extra 400 USD or whatever. Please donate it to a charitable charity of your choice, right? It's an integrity thing. I'm giving you a very special promotion right now. And if you pay for it, you don't turn up, but you're not interested to learn, then pay the full price, right? Punish yourself or something, right? Be responsible, be accountable. Pay the full price and donate to a charity or something. That would be the deal.
Oh, anyway, thanks. I think that's a good way to end it off. Right, this is really for people who are serious, right? It's not to get everyone, not everyone suitable, right? But yeah, I think it's a great offer. I think people should definitely take it up if it's something that suitable for them. All right, with that, thanks so much, bro, for today's interview. I think a lot of good stuff, a lot of good gifts, right? We have for the folks, and for the rest who are watching, thanks for coming, tuning in again, and we'll see you for the next run for the Master Inventors interviews series.